Hello, everybody here, and good evening, and welcome to Trading Within the Box here on January 25th here at 5:36 p.m. We're going to go over some stuff here on the last group of stocks that we went over that we've been following. First of all, this is not a recommendation to buy, hold, sell any stocks, Forex futures, any equities, any options. This is an educational video only. If you'd like to purchase stocks, please contact a licensed professional or the brokerage house of your choice, and they will help you execute your trades there. Okay, so let's go over patterns, okay? So here we go with the S&P 500, and we were talking the other day, and we were heading up into this resistance area. Now, we creeped up over the resistance area, okay? And we're creeping up to the 492.30 range, okay? So this market is still... See how it broke out into the spot right here. See how we had the resistance right here. And look at the breakout right there, okay? That was on January 19th, okay? So look how we had today, and we closed higher today again. So we had a rest of volume. We had a little bit of profit taking. And now they come in and buy it a little bit again. Now we're inching up here, and we're far away from the moving average. So let's just keep an eye on the S&P 500, okay? So we can now come back possibly this way, drift back, and then maybe we get another. Look at the W formation here, right? That was a retest dog with the higher right side, boom, and then we had increasing volume, okay? That's how we knew we were going up, okay? Solid market continues here. We got the XLF with the banks, and we got dojis, okay? So let's watch. We get over the resistance area right there where my red line is, okay? And now, look at this, okay? We get up and above, and we still got these little dojis up here, okay? We got these little dojis hanging around up above the resistance level. Let's go to, so we're losing a little steam as we get away from the moving average and we get up and above the resistance, okay? We got the dojis. Okay, let's go to IWM really quick. IWM and the speculators, okay? What's happening here, okay? We could be getting this right now, okay? We could be getting this type of situation here. Then if we get an engulfing here, we could be heading up. We'll definitely be heading up into this range. Now, with the flip side of the coin here, well, every coin has two sides. What is going on here? Let's look at the line chart, okay? So we can see a formation forming, okay? Now, look, this could be a W, okay? This could be a W if we get an engulfing, okay? Now, it could also turn into, watch this, it could also be turning into an M formation. Then we get an engulfing down. Okay, and then this trend will continue down to the 184.12. Okay, so that's something that you need to watch, continuously watch, okay? SMH with the semiconductors, excuse me, on this year with the semiconductors, watch how you go up and you get this monster volume. Now, that's an exchange of money, okay? So you could be getting a little pullback here, okay? We're way far away from this moving average. So you could be getting maybe a sideways thing coming back to that moving average, or it could come back to the 9-day here, okay? So what happen is right when a run is going to just end and we're going to take a profit, you'll see a large surge of volume, okay? And that's a little bit of distribution right there, okay, going on, okay? Let's go over to the all-world Microsoft, MSFT, and look at Microsoft. Now, we went over this. Let's get rid of the Fibonacci there. We went over this on the other day, a few days ago, okay, over the weekend here. Now, look at how we had this little sideways issue right here, okay, and then now we break up with dojis, okay. Now, look, we're going into earnings on January 30th here, okay, so we're not far from earnings, so let's be careful here with earnings. Let's see if they pull this back first before the earnings. And then they come back into it, okay? Now, let's look a little bit here on Microsoft. When the last earnings, look what they did, okay? Now, right before the earnings, okay, we were over here. We had it. They drifted back. Now, this looks like a little bit of a similar situation here. It could be drifting back here, okay? Let's say the moving average catches up. Now, right before the earnings, we had a monster buy, and they pulled it back, okay? They took their profits. So they couldn't hide this with this monster gap up. Then they scared everybody out and then held, and then boom, they started buying it back. So this was really buying right after the earnings, right? This was when this surge came up, boom, right off this spot. Even though you saw this red here, this was buying right here. Some monsters came in and pushed it up, okay? Then it came back because we had that monster gap. They sold into the gap, okay? They had everybody chase it, and they sold right into you, and that's what they do. That's why in the markets, a lot of times, you got to think opposite. A lot of times. So, on Microsoft, what do you got going on here? Now, look at this right here. Look at how solid this is, okay, with the break step, okay? Now, let's go to a 2-hour chart really quick, and let's try to break this down, okay? Look how we're pulling back, but we're holding. So, stochastic pulls all the way down to the bottom, holds, okay? Stochastic pulls to the bottom again, holding the line, okay? Holding the line. See how it's holding the trend line? Okay, step pattern, up. Okay, step pattern, up a little bit. Let's see if we get a step pattern up again and we get one of those. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, look at the volume on the 2-hour chart. Okay, this was a little profit taking here. Okay, and then we came back up, and then boom, they started coming in and buying again. Now, that's no surprise to us as we went over that over the weekend, right? That was no surprise to us because here's Thursday, here's Wednesday, here's Tuesday, and here's on Monday, okay? And we were up right up into this area with increasing volume, okay? We're going in to the resistance with increasing volume there. Let's go over to Apple. Now, on Apple, this is not a surprise either, right? What happened here, okay? Now, we had, we were over the weekend, and the last time we were talking was right around here, okay? We knew we were going into resistance right there. You could see it. See how they're taking the profits on the daily chart, okay? Now, you're far away from that moving average here, so we could drift back. It's possible that we could drift back here. We have a little selling volume, and then remember, write it down in your book, earnings, February 1st, 2024, okay? So we go back. Now, the last time we were down in the earnings area, we were heading up, okay? It's almost like they gave the cushion of buying right before it happened. And then, boom, the surge of energy buying. Look at that right there. Bam, right there and right there. And that was, we were off to the races. Now, we're in a different situation here. Look where we are. Right now, we're in resistance right here, okay? Now, we're in resistance. Look at that beautiful W formation right on that daily chart. Boom. Slams right into support. Now, watch this for a second. Now, when you came down on January 5th, okay, we came down with 62.38 million shares. It came down with 65, then it came down. Now, when you matched it on that same price level, you match it with 47 million. So it's lighter volume, pulling back, boom. That's a rejection of price right there, okay? And that's why you bounced up, okay? And then look at the volume here. Look at that, okay, as you were heading up there, okay? So that's something that always watch on Apple. Okay, let's go over to Goldman Sachs. On Goldman, okay, this is not a surprise. Now, we were talking about the sideways move here, okay? Here's Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, okay? Before that, right here, look what we were doing, okay? We had the sideways move. Now, we still have a sideways move here, okay? This is a long sideways move. Remember, these markets go 65% sideways a lot of times. So the surge of energy, look at the sideways, how they go sideways. They go sideways, then you get a little bounce sideways, a bounce. Sideways, 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 okay? So that's how these markets, very frustrating, okay? They're very frustrating. But if you're at a support level and you get good volume coming in, like you did over here and here and here, okay, and now you have distribution going on here. So what kind of distribution do you have going on? Let's go over to the small time frames, obviously, as we always do it. Now, look at this could be, now we don't have a lot of sellers in here, but we do have some sellers in this area, okay? See that right there, okay? Look how they're right there, and right there. So we do have some sellers in here, okay? But then we have a mixed bag a little bit, okay? And what do we have going on here? So we have, check this out. We have a little bit of a squeeze play. We have a pennant formation here, okay? So let's see if we squeeze up or we're going to squeeze down, because that's the game. That's how we're going to play this, okay? Let's move over to 45-minute chart, because a lot of times you can see what's going on now. Today, we have a little bit of selling in here, okay? So let's see what happens. if they're going to bring this back or just come back to support. When you get these sideways moves, just stretch your chart up, okay? Support, sell points, okay? So this is trading within the box, right? My channel. Okay, that's where, like your support levels here, your safe zone is here, and then your profit taking is here when you're in the sideways consolidation. And that's why my channel is called Trading Within the Box, because a lot of times it's sideways consolidations, okay? And then we're waiting for breakouts. What's going to happen thereafter? Amazon. Let's go over to Amazon now. Let's see how much time we have. Okay, we're just starting out here, so we went into this about 10 minutes already. So now on Amazon, let's look what's happening. We're straight into resistance, okay? Again, earnings February 1st on Amazon, okay? So know where earnings are. Always know where you are and always know where the earnings are. Now on Amazon, trading within the box right there, okay? So we had the support, that was the buy area. We had the profit taking. We pulled back with dojis, with lighter volume, and then we came back up again, and then the profit taking. Now let's see if we can get out of the box and get up to 165.90, 162.95. Right now it's 157.75. Okay, here on January 25th. Let's go over to the small time frame on Amazon so we could give a direction of what's happening. And of course you have a cluster of distribution here. You're up into this range, you're up into the supply area, okay? So that's why you're struggling, that's why you're having trouble in this area, okay? So when you're down at support, you got the sideways move, and then boom, what's going to happen? They're going to drop it or they're going to buy, okay? So they bought, okay? So that's how you clearly look at it, okay? On the 45-minute chart, we look at the volume, and what do we got going on here, okay? Again, we have a sideways move here, another sideways move here. So we're going to see what's going to happen. Now, we had a capitulation candlestick right here, okay? Right in that spot. So it was going to sell down, and then they bought it back. So let's see what happens. We have a mixed bag here on Amazon right now, okay? Let's go over the weekly chart, because sometimes you can really see what's happening on the weekly chart. And now, this is no surprise to anybody here that we have support down at the 143.04. Okay, now you're in a supply area, boom, right there. Okay, you have a major sell area right here, up in this little area here. So that's why you're struggling so bad. See how they bought the buying points? And then right there, we had a selling point. Now we get up and over, and that becomes support now, okay? So on Amazon, you're going into the selling area, supply area right there. What are they doing? Pushing you down with the shorts, okay? That's what they're doing, okay? So that's on the big picture on the weekly chart of what's happening, okay? So I just wanted to show everybody there of where you are, know where you are, because you could be in a supplier and you're wondering what the hell's going on up here. And that's what's going up there. Okay, so now on GDX is a different story. Now on GDX, you came off for the support. Now when we were talking about this over the weekend here, we had Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. We were right in this spot. We were right in the gap at support. And I said in my video that you can get a bounce right here. Okay, and what happened? You got a bounce right there. And what they did, they sold into the resistance area. Now, when you look at the daily chart, look at the sellers compared to the buyers, okay? Look at the sellers compared to the buyers. Now, you look at the line chart, because we want to see if we have a formation forming, and we have a W formation forming here, okay? But this could always fail. Let's see what they do. Remember, you're under the moving average, so you have no trend right now, really. You're just bouncing around underneath there. 2-hour chart, I want to see if we're going to get a trend going, and really not. Look at the seller. You have a flush out of money, an exchange of money right here. Now you're coming up into this area, which sold off with lighter volume here, okay? So right now, there's nothing going on here right now, okay? We haven't really got the buying surge yet. We have to pass the 28, this high right here from January 24th, okay? on a 2-hour chart in order to get up to that next level, okay? And then the next supply area is going to be right at 29.97. Okay, that's the resistance spot. Okay, let's go over to, I want to go over to the dollar, the U.S. dollar, because we're bouncing gold off the dollar, and we want to see, remember what I had said. Now we have the gap down with the pressure. So with the gap down with the pressure now moving, teething up here, we could be ready for another short here, okay, coming. Let's go over to the weekly chart, and we've been getting a little bit of a bounce off support. Now you had a major demand area right here. Major demand area right there. So what's going to happen? So the guys that are down here, right? Let's go. Yeah, okay. So let's take this off for a second. The guys that are coming down and they shorted and they made a fortune off of this area down to here, okay? They have to cover in order to get their money back. In order to get the short sell, they have to buy back the position. So 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of no volume, okay? That's covering, okay? There's no volume. There's no follow-through volume. Look how you went up. Look at here and then draw a line across. Look at the void up here, okay? It's a fake move, okay? So that's week by week by week. That's where you know what's happening with the dollar, okay? So we can get a bounce on gold again, okay? We get another rally on gold coming up again, okay? But we have to see. We haven't gotten the gold miners yet, okay? Okay. So on a 2-hour chart, you're up here and you're trading within the box. See it right there. You're trading within the box again. So you got nothing really going on here. Okay, there's nothing really going on. You're at a sideways move, and that's something that, you know, you're going to watch the gold, okay? Now, on a daily chart, you could teeth up a little bit and get past this area, and then just boom, and then they're going to hit you hard at one point, okay? They'll hit you hard at one point, okay? Let's go over to Tesla, because we've been watching Tesla, and Tesla, we were looking, you know, to see, we had massive amount of short. Now on the earnings, they're pounding Tesla right now. So on the earnings, what did they do? This is the reason why you're at support. Okay, now let me explain something to you. Let's say you were up here and you shorted this, okay, and you saw the sell signal. Now you're waiting. I'm still at support here. Boom, we drop. I'm short. Let's just say. Now I come over to this area at 229 and I take my profit. I want to wait and see if we bounce. We don't bounce. Boom, we drop again. I'm short again, okay? Now I come down, and now I'm at support. I cover my position. I buy it back. Now I know over here, I'm going into earnings right there, okay? So what do? I'm not doing anything because I don't know what's going to happen here. And then what happens? The guys that are in it that are short, they just got a gift right there. Boom, okay? So that was a gift. So, like, if you were in this and you were short, you were 210 down to 181 or 182, whatever you got it for, and that was a gift if you stayed short, okay? Now, in earnings, you never know. They could have bounced this back up. You were at support here, okay, but they didn't. And now Tesla's all the way down here now, okay? So Tesla just gave up all the profits from the top, from that 262 range, okay? So on Tesla, you're going to be coming to a support area down here at this 175.21. Right now, you're at 182.63. Now, when you see these large candlesticks, these huge sell candlesticks right there, volume stick, I'm sorry, right there, okay? You get a little drip back probably, and then will get a bounce, okay? You'll get a bounce, okay? Because that's a flush out of money right there. And right there, and then they just got a gift, so they got to take their profit. So you get a bounce on a short cover, okay? HD, Home Depot, which we've been following for a while now. We followed it all the way up, right? Followed this all the way up on Home Depot with the increasing volume. We've been going on for months now with Home Depot, okay? Now, on Home Depot, look at the profit taking here, okay? Look at that profit taking. Know where your earnings is. Okay, February 20th, you have a little time, okay? Home Depot, watch the 2-hour chart, okay? Now, on Home Depot, look at the sellers on the 2-hour chart. They'll put your eyes down to the volume, okay? And then look at the buyers, okay, coming down, coming up here with very light volume here, okay. So all you did was come off a support area, okay. That's really all that happened here. Now you could get up, and you could get up and start moving up here a little bit, okay. Go to a 45-minute chart, and you'll see. Now, okay, you could get moved up here. Now look how they're moving it up. You get a sideways with an engulfing here, okay. Okay, in the after hours trading, okay. Look at this. Let's see if that continues, okay. So look at that. You get the sideways and then boom. Okay, let's see if let's go back to our daily. We have a capitulation off support. Now, let's see what happens here. That doesn't mean anything. Go to your line chart right there, okay? And the line chart doesn't really tell you anything. You got to see if you're going to get this kind of thing, okay? As this moves to the bottom. It's just a higher low right here, okay? And then we start heading up. Okay, let's just see. We have to wait and actually see how this starts to follow. Go over the 45-minute chart and look at Home Depot here, okay? Look at this, okay? Look at now as we came down. Look how the selling is drying up here, okay? And you could get that little bounce right there, okay? You get a little bounce on Home Depot. The people that have rode this all the way up, okay, just be careful up here, okay? You're teething up in this area. Why? Because you're right now, you're way overbought, okay? So that's another reason why that's happening. Caterpillar, let's go over to Caterpillar. And then on Caterpillar here, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. Now, when we were going over this, look at this. Look how we had this little channel, let's call it, right there. We had that little channel. And then, boom, we had the doji, and the boom, the breakout. Now, always write down on your calendar, February 5th, you got the earnings for Caterpillar. Now, look at the power stock, okay? Caterpillar's a power stock, okay? It always was, okay, for many years. And look at this. So you're riding the rope, as I call it. Now, watch the buy signals here. You go to a 2-hour chart, you come into support, boom, buy signal. No sellers in this spot. Boom, buy signal. Step pattern up, buy signal. Step pattern. Now you get the sideways consolidation, a long one. What you're waiting? What are they going to do? They're going to buy it or they're going to sell it. You got light volume in the sideways consolidation because you have accumulation. Boom, buy signal. Okay. Now we come up into this area. Let's see if they go up to the 304.61. Now you're at $300.77 right now. Okay. So that's something that you're going to have to keep watching, as we always say. Costco. Let's go over to Costco. Now, first, let's go over the weekly chart on Costco because I want to show you something. Let's see if this continues to sell off, okay, here on Costco. Now, this is, remember, why? Now, somebody said to me the other day, I said, I don't understand Costco. Like, what's going on with it? Okay, it's right in front of your face. At 697.52, you have a major supply area right here. Boom. Okay, look at the weekly chart. Okay, it's telling you right there. Okay, it slammed right into it. Now, let's see if it comes back and then comes back and makes another run at it. That's on a weekly basis. That could be weeks away, okay? Now, let's look at, on Costco, it's a monster, okay? They're a monster, right? And look how we're coming back to, when you came back to the support area right here, okay? Look how you came back, okay? Now, you held. Now, let's see if we're going to continue to hold here or we're going to come up and then, boom, we drop. And let's see also if we get this kind of thing. We hold, and then boom, and then we break this spot, and then boom, we go to the next level up, okay? Right in that spot. My handwriting's horrible. Okay, so let's keep watching that. NVIDIA. Now remember, we're a very overbought market here, okay? We're in a very overbought market, but we seem to keep going up here, okay? Now, look at this. Look at NVIDIA riding the rope, okay? Now, NVIDIA, this is what we call a bull run, okay? This is a bull run right here. The increasing volume, there's massive buying in this spot right here, okay? This is not a surprise. We've been going over this. So look how solid this is. It almost closes higher like almost every day. Okay, on the 2-hour chart on NVIDIA, okay, let's just go over it. Right here, look at this. Now look at this thing. Watch this. As you came up, you get the sideways move, you get the buy signal, you come up into resistance right there, come back to support, they buy. Now this is a power stock, it just keeps holding the line. Sideways move, boom. Now we're over here, we're trading within the box up here. Now on NVIDIA, you have to get above this area, stretch her out, okay? Look at the 2-hour chart, okay? Look at the volume as you pushed up. Now let's see, as this pulls up on a 2-hour chart and we start going the other way, let's see what kind of volume we have going into these areas, okay? If we go up with light volume, we could stay sideways for a while. If we get the volume pounding up, boom, we could break above this, okay? Let's obviously watch it. Let's go to Duke Energy. Now, Duke Energy, where are we? Duke Energy, okay. Now, on Duke Energy, look at the weekly chart with the spindle, okay? Now, the spindle's in decision right now, okay? Let's go to daily chart, okay? Now, the daily chart, it was a sell, remember? Right here, we had gone over this. We had gone over the sell signal, but we were at support waiting for the drop, okay? Now, we had support right here, and it didn't hold. It dropped lower. Now, let's see what happens here. Now, let's go to a line chart, and then look at the line chart. We have the W, but it's leaning the other way. So we could get kind of this and then come back again. Let's look at the trend on the weekly chart. Let's go over to the weekly chart here. And on a weekly chart, look how we held the line here. Okay. On the weekly chart, we held the moving average here. Okay. We actually held it right here. So let's see what they're gonna do. Now this could be coming up a little bit, and then boom. Let's see if it holds, and then if it breaks the moving average on the 20-day on a weekly chart, let's see what happens. That's something that if you made your money already, you already pulled your profits off, okay? Right now on Dominion Energy, right here, okay? What do we got going on a weekly chart? Okay, we have pressure to the downside. And remember the money, how it flows out in and out of sectors, okay? And look at that, coming to support right in that spot, okay? Coming to support, so you could get a little bit of bounce, but remember where you are. Look at that moving average heading down, okay? So that's something always that we'll be looking at. TLT, only have a few more minutes here, okay? Now on the TLT 20-year long position on the 20-year Treasury bond, okay? You're in a downtrend, okay? You're in a down. You have a break step pattern down. Now look how the selling volume in this area. Let's see this little consolidation right here. You could get this and then boom. Right there, okay? So that's something that, continuously watch on the small time frames. Look at 2-hour chart. Now look at the 2-hour chart. As you're coming down right here, what do you got going on here? Look at the trend. Look at the trend, this channel. Still in this way. Now, if we break up and we start breaking out of the channel, then that's a different story here. But let's see what happens right now. You're at resistance inside the channel, okay? You're at resistance. So you could easily get this thing to pull back again, possibly, okay? But nobody knows. That's why we follow it every day, okay? Let's go over to Procter & Gamble, Proc PG. And let's shoot over to the daily chart here. And we have a big engulfing here today, okay? Now, this is not a surprise because look on the earnings what happened, okay? The earnings on the 23rd of January. They shot it up, boom, like the way they did with Microsoft. Pulled it back, not as far. They held the line. And then, boom, the engulfing, the buying again comes in. Right now at 155.62, okay? Right there. Look at this. Now you have a velocity candlestick here on a weekly chart, okay? Okay. So I had bought. Now look where I put the big buyers when we were watching the order flow. See how I put it over there in this area? And look how in this spot right here, this is on a weekly chart, look how it bought right off of it. So all the orders right there. Look at this. Boom. Now that's a velocity candlestick, so that could pull back. Always remember, the velocity candlesticks you got to be really careful with. You can chase them, you can get caught, okay? Now, I'm not saying you're going to get caught here. You can still head up to this 158.50. Let's see what happens, okay? McDonald's. We were going over McDonald's. We had Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday, okay? And what happened? We were up here. Now we have a sideways consolidation trading within the box here, okay? Look at this. Sideways consolidation right there. Boom. See that? Now watch the 2-hour chart. Watch the 2-hour chart. What's happening here? Breaking down a little bit into the trading range, okay? Breaking down a little bit. But you have support right here. So you could be getting, see how they're bought? And then you could be buying here, coming back up again. Let's see what happens. Now, if they come up again, they could fail and then come down to this level. It's very possible. But that's something that you'll always know once you watch the weekly chart. The weekly chart, look how on McDonald's, look how you were up way up into this area here, okay? Look at that, okay? And then the profit taking. Look at the profit taking. Boom. Right there. Right there. There's profit taking right here. Because why? You're right in the supply area, okay? And that's why you had this show up, okay, after a week. Remember, that's a week. Each one of those candlesticks is a week. Last one, Coca-Cola. Now, on Coca-Cola, here's a weekly chart at support. Okay, you're at support. You're at a major support level for possibly another bounce here. Let's go to a daily chart. Now, you got the stochastic all the way on the bottom on a daily chart. So you could very well come back up again and try to retest this spot. If it fails, boom, you'll be coming back down to that area, okay? Go over to a weekly chart. 2-hour chart, sorry, on Coca-Cola. And on Coca-Cola, remember I said you'll get a bounce here. You'll probably get a bounce of what's happening. Yes, you're getting a little bit of a bounce here. Okay, just look at always know the bigger picture first, though. Okay, look how you're coming down. Look at this. Look at this. This is a trend down here. See this? So let's see in the trend down if they get the pop and then it fails. Okay, always know how many peaks do you have. So look at the peaks here. You could have it right here. You got one. Okay, you come down. You got two. So you can get another one, 3, and then you can come down to here possibly. Let's see what happens on Coca-Cola. With that said, I just want to thank everybody for coming, watching, Trading Within the Box. If you like my content, please like, subscribe, share my channel. I want to thank everybody for coming. Have a wonderful trading week and enjoy the weekend.